she's going to deny Stevens the lead. So Stevens, the American, is watching this on the big screen. And look at the effort then by Jenny Longo. A tremendous effort then by her. Olympic gold medal winner on the road in Atlanta, and now the time by Longo puts her in the lead. 16 seconds she sliced off Stevens' time. That is astonishing.
Well, it is a ride, but I can tell you while that was happening that Amber Nebben has gone through that 14-kilometre check, and she's 18 seconds behind Pooley. So at the moment she's heading for a slightly quicker ride than Jenny Longo.
So Nebben, the American, threatening the time of Longo as we are anxiously waiting for the next appearance of Emma Pooley. There was a generous round of applause from the crowd there as they watched the clock. The arrival of Jenny Longo. Back to Emma Pooley now. She's on the opposite straight now of the Botanical Gardens, so she's getting ever nearer to Mallup Street, which will line her up for the left-hander and the finishing straight. No signs at all of weakness.
Well, she's been going nearly half an hour now, and this is the most challenging part of the course for Emma Pooley. These flat seconds, she's attacking every small rise here, and that's what she's going to need to do, because she's had the climbs. They were the bit for her to make a buffer. She descended well, and it's all about this last section of the course now.
She's spinning that gear well. This is a stellar performance then by the British champion. Coming up to the next slight turn as we go back to Arndt, who is now settling down into that rhythm on the flatter section of the course.
Well, she's still got it all ahead of her. Just 18 minutes completed now. She looks smooth. Pooley, less than 5 minutes left on the road today.
She certainly is personifying class and determination, Emma Pooley. Probably the smallest competitor in size in the race. Now then, Arndt is being shown as 17 seconds quicker than Longo, and I can tell you that Willemsen is also coming into the shake-up as well here. She's only 5 seconds off the pace of Pooley. So the bronze medal winner from last year when she represented Denmark is now wearing the black strip of New Zealand. He's now getting close to Pooley's time.
Well, it's going to be tight at the top. It really is going to be fought all the way to the line here, I think.
So it's on a knife edge, this time trial now. Pooley has got to stay totally committed. She's getting very close to the left-hander, and she's got to give it her all the way to the line. They call it the race of truth. It is. Nowhere to hide at all. Getting a glorious shot of the bay there as we go back to Alex Rhodes.
Well, it's going to go all the way to the line, this one.
Pooley getting very near now to that left-hander, Chris. And of course this is the first time for years that there's no radios being used. They're not wired for sound at all in the time trials or the road races in the World Championships. Right, here comes the finishing effort of Whitelaw, Vicky Whitelaw. Respectable,
but certainly not going to challenge Longo. I think the first person to break that 33-minute barrier may well be Pooley. It's certainly possible.
So Whitelaw closes out with the 11th time on the day. 2 riders started after Whitelaw before Pooley, so it's not going to be too long as we see a catch here. Judith Arndt, the German, has swept by Alex Rhodes, so that could well have helped with the pace of Arndt, because once you sight your opponent, he draws you out.
Well, they're actually in a headwind section of the course there as well, so that will have helped a little bit.
Back with the next finisher. Can't come quick enough, can it, for some of these competitors? Lopez Morales from Spain.
Pooley now probably 2 minutes away from the line.
Longo has taken her place in the medal catch area. How many times has she been there? And she's sitting in the gold medal position. It just is an amazing story, isn't it? Witten's there as well with her, and also the American Evelyn Stevens. This is the effort of our Russian Antoshina. So Antoshina now on her way up to the line. Behind her will be Emilia Farlin of Sweden, and then it'll be the arrival of Emma Pooley.
Well, she needs to be in sight soon.
She'll be getting encouragement from the car behind, I presume, now that radios, they're not wired for sound.
This could be Pooley now, just coming in to that final bend as she runs up to the line.
No, this is the rider that started behind her, actually, or just in front of her, I should say, Emilia Farlin of Sweden. Here comes Farlin, but Pooley's closing right down on her, and what a perfect spur that is in the finishing funnel. She can see the Swede ahead of her, and she keeps trying to close down on her, but here comes Pooley now. What is she going to stop the clock at? This is certainly going to be the leader of this World Championship time trial. Is it going to be good enough for gold? I would say yes. 32 minutes 48 seconds. She's gone 43 seconds ahead of Longo. That is some ride, the only rider to go inside 33 seconds. Now she's just got to wait.
Well, that is the ride of her life there. She got it all out. It was technically excellent. We saw her driving on the flats. Her gear was low. That was a beautiful ride by Emma Pooley, and I think anybody is going to be pushed to beat that today. I think she's going to do it.
I think you're right. We're looking at a competitor that might just put the time under pressure. That's Judith Arndt, who's swept past Alex Rhodes of Australia, and it's on this section of the course that Arndt has got to do the damage. But I don't think anybody's going to deny Pooley the gold today. That was a finishing effort to be admired. She didn't weaken at all.
Well, that's not a great sign. She's actually on the drop handlebars. She's come out of position, so she's giving something away aerodynamically there. And you do that when you're not completely comfortable. She does look to be suffering here.
So Pooley looking to rewrite the record book. Just to repeat my earlier comment, no medals won of any colour in the women's world time trial competition, but at the moment that's looking as though it's going to change. There she is. What an effort that was. Never put a foot wrong from the moment she left that starting ramp. We've known all along that this was the course for her, and when we saw those two climbs, well, she must have been quietly confident throughout the whole of the preparation. And I saw her today actually in the hotel, and let's not forget that this event didn't start until 3 o'clock local time. That's a lot of hours to kill while she's been in the catch area, but she's handled that time well and delivered. So we just wait for the arrival now of these concluding competitors, and Emma Pooley will take her place in the holding area in the gold medal position.
Well, everything within 10 seconds, so it certainly isn't over. You can see Arndt's holding her own here. She might be suffering, but she isn't going to give in. There's two competitors there still within distance if they can pull something out the bag. 10 seconds.
And also Willemsen as well is doing a good ride, the New Zealander. As you say, 10 seconds, it's certainly not a comfort zone to be in, is it?
She's lost 5 seconds after the second check. Well, that's not a lot to lose, so still very much in the hunt, and we can see here that Arndt is in the territory that she likes the best.
Getting that gear around well. Judith Arndt, one of the most accomplished achievers in the women's elite circuit.
Carefully selecting her line on the road. We can see that it's not too smooth. It really does break up the rhythm and slow you down.
Next finisher on her way up the finishing straight here. Cantelli of Italy. Silver medal winner in this competition last year in Mendrisio, but she's way off the time of Pooley. Here she comes, the Italian. It's not going to be her day. No medals for Cantelli this time. 9th for her. Now next should be Bruins of the Netherlands, then it'll be Nebben, the former world champion representing USA.
6 more riders to go now before we know the result of this World Championship.
Anxious times, biting their fingernails down there. Back with Arndt in this lovely area just to the side of the bay, the botanical gardens that of course encompasses a golf course as well. Nice part of the world down here in Geelong. Well, I'm not too keen on the temperatures at the moment.
Arndt looking better now. She looks more settled.
Only 13 seconds shy of the time of Pooley.